Hello, my lovely opportunists. My name is Winter. I'm the editor and player character of Charity. I just wanted to give everyone a quick reminder to follow our podcast so you don't miss an episode. Thank you for tuning back in, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi everybody, I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll. Welcome back with Group 1. Say hi everybody.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi.
So, last episode you guys came across a bit of a mansion. This mansion had a lot of cool stuff in it. Let's go ahead and get into it.
So, we're all in the common room, just hanging out and relaxing after a decent day's travel, and then some exploration on top of that. It was a decent time of night, if I remember correctly. It was getting late.
Yeah, it was very late. We're saying probably like 10:30.
Yeah, I was going to say 10:30-ish. Aeson is going to approach Charity and wait for her to not be busy doing anything.
She'll probably just have been praying at the time, but she'll notice you walking up and she'll end her prayer and look up at you. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm sorry if I interrupted your prayers, but I was wondering if I could have one of your pieces of paper so that I could write Zachariah.
Charity will nod and stand up and walk over to her pack. Of course, that's what I got it for. And she'll pull out a piece of paper and hold it out to you. Do you have a quill to use, or do you need to borrow some ink and quill too?
Oh, I have some in my pack, but I thank you very much. And he'll give a slight bow as he takes it from her. It's pretty apparent from looking at him. He's feeling. He's been reflecting about some things. And he's feeling a little different than normal. He's not his normal chippy Aeson self.
She's just gonna look at him and ask him, "Are you okay?"
Yes. There are some things I wish to say to Zachariah, which I never got to.
Fair enough. I'll just be back over there if you need me.
Thank you so much. And then he'll take the paper and he will place it gently inside of his pack. He's not going to write right now. He'll write later. And then he'll go. He'll probably go and see if there's anything that spyglass is pointing at.
Okay. Give me a quick perception.
Perception, you say?
All right, so that's a 6.
Ooh, that's not very good. Makes sense.
I mean, it just looks like those weird lights that always show up in the sky at night.
I mean, you are right to say that to Aeson because he does have an 8 intelligence. It looks like those weird lights that show up in the sky at night.
Not only that, I think the idea of astrology still really hasn't taken a huge effect yet. The world around you is still a mystery, let alone what's in the sky.
Maggie would love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Aeson would definitely still appreciate the beauty of what he's seeing, so he'd probably look over and see if Maggie was looking, and if she was, he would gesture her over and say, "Take a look. It's quite beautiful."
Maggie would have probably been looking through all the rooms, so yeah, she probably would be in that room maybe because she knew it was associated with Aeson, and then go up to it and look inside and be just mesmerized by everything.
Okay. Oh wait, so you guys in his bedroom or in the common room?
This is the common room. There's a telescope in my bedroom too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I knew where we were because they both did have one. You'll walk into what seems to be a large common room. Again, this is decorated in all different types of ways. You walk over into this large spyglass and look inside, and again you see. Give me a quick perception. Oh, okay. Your perception of 18, it looks normal, like a normal night sky, a weird kind of purple and darkish hue behind all of these stars, like a nebula. And you think it's beautiful for a moment until you see what seems to be an arcane seal. And it seems almost like, why didn't I see this before? It is in the dead sight of this spyglass. And it looks like there are 6 circles. And there are 2 of the circles that are just empty.
Okay, Maggie's gonna go from like, oh, I'm just looking, to very intent, like her eyebrows are furrowing and she's like trying to understand this. Do I need to do like an Arcana check or something, or?
Sure, you can roll an Arcana check.
Hey, that's a 20.
All right, this is a very powerful ancient seal. It's got some arcana you've probably never even seen before. Very, very ancient arcana. But as you kind of read much of it, you can somewhat translate it. There's still like pieces that kind of blur through your vision because it's not quite anything you recognize. But as you get down to the bottom, you see that it's slowly starting to fade.
Aeson, quickly, give me a quill! Something! Parchment! And she's like, she keeping her eye on the telescope, and she's like waving her arms.
Aeson will quickly hand her what she requested from his pack, a piece of parchment and his quill.
And she will quickly jot it down.
Okay. Let's do a quick roll. Just give me a flat 20. Let's see what kind of copy you can make. Do you have any skills like calligrapher's abilities or any kind of like innate ability to that? Okay.
Well, it looks pretty to me. It looks pretty to me.
Yeah, you get the gist of the idea. It might be larger
it
on
makes
the paper
sense in
than
Maggie's head.
Yeah. But yeah, you get the gist of it. Now, I will say it's fading, but it's not like a word per second. It's more like it's so slow. It's very, very slow. This could take. You don't even know if this could take hours to decades.
Interesting. Is it like some parts of it are fading slower than the others?
It's fading from the bottom up, and it's like a very slow trickle of like embers of magic coming off it, much like think like an hourglass.
Okay. So what I was picturing at first was like it was bright, and then it would like go down in brightness a little bit, and then go back up to where it was almost as bright as it started, and then it keeps doing that slowly. It's like kind of how I was. But hourglass.
No, not really.
So
yeah, so you'll just kind of like the shade at the bottom of the original, kind of like magic, just kind of shimmering off as you see it slowly dissipating, just ever so much at the bottom.
So would that sounds like the slow spell to me, like time slowing or like something slow, like it's slowing down time in some way. That's just me. Do you know what I mean?
If that's what it feels like to you, that's good. I'm not gonna. That's a great thought.
Okay, well, that's probably what Maggie would think with seeing the hourglass and seeing everything slowly moving down. She'd be like, might be. Maybe it's why the time is so slow here? She shrugs. I'll have to do more research on it, I guess.
What did you see?
A seal. It's very ancient. It was in the spyglass. I'm hoping you'll be here every time around this time, and she's gonna start looking like for like a sundial or something in the ways that she can mark the time that she was able to see it, so that she could try to come back and see it again if she can.
there is a strange thing on the wall, and you can hear like slight cogs moving behind it. And the meter shows a sun and a moon.
Mm-hmm.
And how the meter works is that it ticks onward. You're about midway through the moon. It doesn't seem to be moving fast. Maybe the sun could take hours to days.
I'm going to have to study this a little more. And she gets up with the parchment still in hand, looking around.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but it is getting fairly late.
Maggie is probably wide awake now. She was a little tired before, but now she's like wide awake because of this.
I'd say the common room is like right next to the room that you guys... It is close to the room that you guys had found for Edmund, isn't it?
Yes.
I
believe
think
that's how
it
we
was like a
described it.
room or two away.
Yeah. So you can like hear the tinkling and the toils of like glasses clinking and the bubbling of a cauldron, incantations being sound as a few light flashes going on and off inside the room.
Can Charity go explore?
If you like.
That would be cool. So she's gonna head to his room and just knock on the door before she walks in.
The door will just pretty much open.
Edmund, what are you doing in here?
He'll be kind of pushing bottles of potions in here and kind of tapping on a little bit of root with his wand before he dumps it in. And I'm just dabbling in magic.
Looks like you're having fun. What do you, anything interesting?
Theoretical gravity?
Meaning like the ability to turn it off for a specific person?
He'll nod a little bit, dunk like the corner of a book into the liquid, then toss it as it floats into the air a little.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, but see, it's got a really bad, and then it's going to start catching on fire. After effect.
Just be careful. Don't set the house on fire.
It will, and he'll snap, and it'll.
Okay.
Prestidigitation does great shit.
That it does. I'm very glad you learned that if you're going to be doing experiments like this.
I've also found... I don't know how to access it, but I think there's a protector of this place. And he'll pull over this weird green book that's been latched, and he'll toss it over to you. On the cover of it, once you catch it, you'll look down and you'll see this large golem-looking thing on the very cover. It looks almost like made out of stone-esque. A large red gem in the very center of the chest. But it is locked, though. There's a little bit of arcane script at the top and near the bottom.
Can I try to read what it says?
Sure. Give me a quick Arcana check. That's a 14. So with a 14, it seems to roughly lay out some sort of... it's like a mixture between a weird combination of magic between holy and then the script between wizards, which are a little bit more wonky, and then you've got the warlocks, which are more like emotion-based kind of spell. And all three of these techniques are kind of weirdly mixed in a way that the components could probably work, but you don't quite know the connection of how, which would probably be outlined inside the book.
Do you have any idea how to open it?
A key somewhere. Other than that, I don't know.
Could it be the key that was used to open the portal here?
No, I don't think so. That key looks a little bit different. Plus, I think if we did put that key in there and twist, it would only just open the door again.
Hmm.
No, I think there's something in the house here somewhere that can open that. Either that or it's out there in the world somewhere, wherever that is back there.
Right. I will keep an eye out for this key. I'm quite curious.
Yeah, same. So...
Right, I wanted to ask a favor.
Okay, yeah, sure. What,
The ring that Everett has, I took a look at it, and it looks like it could be improved. I'm not even sure. It just...
I guess if I could take a look at it, if it's okay.
Well, you'd have to ask him if he could take a look at it. But,
So your favor is for me to ask him to make his ring better?
yes, I suppose. Or at least look into a way to see if it would be possible, because it's using really old magic. I'm worried with the way that magic
Okay,
has
Mommy,
been changing.
I'll tell the big guy I'll help him so he feels welcome.
Thanks.
He'll give you a sly smile.
She'll just smile at him. And, Alright, well, I will, leave you to your experiments.
Yeah. Wonder if I can make a toad fly. And he'll start opening another book.
Maybe just try not to set the toad on fire.
Toad won't set on
that
fire.
Hurts.
Gonna make a new batch. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll figure this out.
Alright. Well, good luck. Have
Yep.
fun.
And he'll basically yawn as you close the door.
And she's just gonna start heading to her room. She'll probably stop and say goodnight to, Aeson and Maggie.
Okay. So you'll pass by the other common room. You'll say goodnight to the two of them. And then you'll head to your room. Coming inside, this room is pretty quaint. It's not as big as the others, but that's okay. It's got its own kind of charm. Everything's kind of where it needs to be. In the left corner, you got your own kind of dining table, big enough for about 2, maybe 3, if you really feel like entertaining. There's a small chimney to the corner where you can kind of make your own teas, and it's got sage and brewing stuff that you can use for like different types of teas and whatnot. A small cleaning basin just underneath the sink so that you can wash anything that you can dirty. And to the back right of the room is a desk/bed situation. The frames of the desk and the little cubby where it has its own little books just behind the chair is kind of framing an elevated bed just above you. Probably I'd say about 12 feet off the ground, which still gives you a good 7 feet before the roof even kind of comes near you with its large old banisters spanning the roof. And then just to the right there seems to be a blue door as long as you follow the right wall.
Is there like a windowsill or anything?
There are 2, yeah. So there's one on the far edge near the chimney, just to the right of it. You can kind of look out, and if you do, you see a rolling kind of snowed landscape.
Okay, she'll go over to that one and set her holy symbol on it and her sacred texts.
Okay.
And just kind of set it there as an altar of sorts, and then head to bed.
Okay. You will notice walking past the room, there will be something left on the desk that has a very soft handwriting that says, "A gift."
She's gonna take a look and pick it up.
So you'll pick up the pamphlet and kind of open it up, and you'll see more of the etched, kind of slightly magical paper that you had been given. The same kind that can seem to fold into different shapes and then find who you're thinking of when you write it and kind of cast it off.
She'll look around a little concerned at the gift just appearing on her desk, but she'll smile and just set it back down.
Okay. Give me a quick perception.
10.
Okay. A 10. You will notice the sunflower in the lamp as you kind of peer around the room. It will give you a bow as its little leaf kind of ducks underneath of it to do the little bow motion.
She'll laugh a little bit. Like, so the house is somewhat sentient. Alright, well, thank you. And she'll curtsy back in the direction of the flower.
Alright. And then you can happily get ready and get up and head to bed. That would leave Maggie and Aeson in the living room.
Aeson's probably posted up in the big comfy chair. He's just going to wait for Maggie to want to go off to bed. He'll let her do her things and have her fun, but he's in old man mode right now. He's not asleep in the chair, but he's leaned back in it.
Maggie is probably pulled down a lot of books and is trying to figure out the seal.
Oh, you've pulled down some books, huh?
Yee.
Roll me a 1d100, please.
Oh, God.
What have you done? I can't believe you've done this.
Listen, it's Maggie. $21. Listen. When she wants to learn something and there's books, she's gonna pick it out, man.
You're going to pull in a book, and you're going to hear a latch come undone as the bookshelf swings from the wall a bit.
Ooh! And she's gonna, peer inside.
That will get Aeson's attention, and he'll get up, stand next to her, make sure nothing jumps out at her.
Okay. You will kind of look around. It seems to be a stairway leading downstairs, a very thick stone stairway. Torches will line the way as you get downward.
Maggie's eyes are gonna be like little stars, like in the animes when they find something they're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And she's gonna sprint down the stairs.
Aeson will say, be cautious, we haven't explored this yet. It could be dangerous.
Hasn't killed us yet! Is she saying that down the stairs?
Well, he's gonna rush down after her, grabbing a torch on the way because he knows she can't see in the dark, and if it gets dark, she'll be blind.
Well, no, she would have grabbed one along the way.
Would she have?
Yes, she would have. Because she wants to see things.
Plus, she does have a flint and steel.
Uh-huh.
So you guys are heading down, or just her?
Aeson's heading down too. He's not going to let her go down alone. That could be dangerous.
So you guys will grab a torch, flint and steel. Do you want to...
You said there were torches lining the wall, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
like I said, flint and steel, torches, fire.
Yeah, I'll just grab one and...
Okay. Amongst the flames, you can kind of see the flickering of light down the hallway. And as it leads on, you guys will find shelves and shelves and shelves of scrolls. And it'll have scrolls labeled Ancient Greece. It'll have well, maybe not. Okay, hold on. It'll have scrolls labeled Ancient Talalia in certain aspects of the area, from the desert, from the large fields up north to the plains, all the way to what is now known as the Grave of War. pretty much all over. And these scrolls date back of different stories over and over again, but they all seem to have one common thing, and it's a sentience of some sort. And you can kind of see this because it's marked with a singular symbol, and they all seem to, like if you just get like a bare bottom of the script and you just like comb your eye over it, it has something about a creature of some sort. Walking in a little bit farther, there's a larger table. There is a picture of the seal that Maggie had seen through the spyglass. But this one is full. This one is complete. There are no missing circles. It is strong, and you get a sense of strength from this thing. There wasn't a fading, dimming light at the bottom of it, kind of taking away its power. And there are 7 tables. Not 7 tables. There are 7 seats at a singular table in the center of the room, each with their own kind of symbol on it.
Maggie's gonna be like, when she goes down there and sees all the scrolls, she's gonna be like, wow. Wow. And she's gonna be like so happy, and then she's gonna run over to the table and be like, she's gonna whip around to Aeson and be like, I think we just found something really, really good and awesome. Oh my god, I can't wait. And she's gonna run for one of the scrolls.
Maggie, do me a favor. Give me a perception roll.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
That's a natural 1. Okay. Let's see. Aeson, you're also in the same room. Give me a quick perception.
Yeah, you bet. That's another 6.
All right. Neither of you notice it. Continue.
Before you go too far, Maggie, do you think we should maybe get the others, at least Edmund? It seems like this might be something that would interest him.
She'll be like, well, how about you go? I'll stay down here, because I'm going to look at the scrolls. And she's going to grab one of the scrolls.
Okay.
Maggie, please be cautious. We don't know this place. We don't know what could be in here.
I mean, yeah, but there's so much here. There's so much to learn.
And that's good, but we need to make sure it's safe first. You can tell Aeson's a little stressed out about this.
Okay. I will say this, the room is fairly dusty.
Maggie's gonna look around. See, no one's been here for a while. The house didn't try to kill us when we came in. And she's gonna be like listing things off, and she'll be like, and it made things for us. So it seems nice enough. It might just want us to know about itself. Maybe if we learn more about it, we can take it to different places. And if we take it to different places, then we have a portable teleporter to everywhere. And she's like waving the torch around while she's saying this.
It sounds like dodging the torch.
She's so fucking excited right now.
Aeson's dodging the torch, and he's got his hands up. He's like, yes, I understand it could be a great boon, but at the same time, who knows? Like you said, it's very dusty, nothing's been down here. Maybe since it was hidden, things weren't supposed to be down here. Maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, but what's the like, there's always a risk in discovery, Aeson.
Yes, there is, but that doesn't mean you should just always go headfirst into it.
She raises an eyebrow when he says that.
You should take
and crosses her arms in front of her. She raises an eyebrow, crosses her arms in front of her, and says, really, Aeson? That's rich coming from you.
There's a difference between battle and the unknown. I know what I'm getting into when I go into a battle, but when you're touching ancient scrolls that nobody knows what they could do or what they might unleash in a hidden room that was obviously hidden for a reason, maybe we should have somebody who can help us down here and see if things are safe and on the level.
Do you think I can do that?
I know, I think you can, but I also think your excitement makes you get ahead of yourself. As you see, you've already grabbed the scrolls and you're waving torches and nearly hitting me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess. She'll, sit down on one of the chairs with a huff.
Alright, I'm going to go get Edmund. Please do your best not to touch anything.
I'm already touching a scroll, though.
Well, anything else. Please do your best. He is like Darkest Dungeon stress meter right now. Ooh, she's coming up over his head.
Maggie just wants to learn, guys.
So yeah, Aeson will retreat up the stairs and go and try to find Edmund, assuming the door didn't close behind us when we got to the bottom of the stairs or something like that.
Yeah, no, you'll head back down the hallway. It will still be open. You'll open up the door. You'll walk down the hallway again. You'll hear the clinking of bottles, the pretty much double toil and trouble.
Yep, so Aeson will knock on the door because he doesn't want to interrupt the young man in his work.
Yes, mommy, come in the room.
Aeson will smile and enter the room.
God. Oh, it's you.
Yes.
You can get out.
Okay. But he'll be like, he'll step out and then he will say, Maggie found something that I thought might interest you, and I think you might be able to help us determine if it's safe. I'm trying to get her to not touch everything because we don't know what it is.
You'll get a crook of his eyebrow. Stepping out of the room and yet not closing the door. Still a brilliant tactic. You might not be as dumb as I think you are. I'll be right there.
Alright. Go, and he'll give him directions. He'll be like, living room, open bookshelf now. Down the stairs. And then Aeson will head back.
Maggie currently has that scroll that she had in her hand scrawled out on top of the table. And is looking at it.
So he'll wait to head down until... did you say you were going to go get Charity?
I will, yeah.
Okay. No, I meant, did you say that to him, or were you just planning to do that?
No, I was just planning to do it.
Okay. So then he'll head downstairs. So we'll get to that as soon as there. Let's go ahead and fast forward to you going to Charity's room real quick.
Aeson will give a light knock on the door.
She's asleep, so she's not going to respond at first.
He'll give a heavier knock.
She'll look up and just stare at the door.
So the room will be dark, but you'll see the sunflower's petals actually kind of brighten up as it opens up a little bit, so you get a light shine on the room to see what's around.
Who's at the door?
I'm sorry if I awoke you, Charity, but Maggie has found something. And I want to make sure we're all safe, and trying to keep her from touching things is a task that I am not suited for.
So you left her alone with whatever you thought could be dangerous.
And she would not come no matter how much I protested.
Charity will get up, toss on her armor quickly, and pull open the door. Go!
Yes, ma'am. And he will run.
You in trouble.
Okay. Back in the downstairs basement, Edmund will kind of walk downstairs and pull his hat back a little bit.
Yeah, Maggie is already...
touch anything. We gotta torch it all.
No!
I'm kidding.
Maggie's already had a scroll up.
He's already pulled one off the shelf and just pulled it open.
She high-fives him. I knew you would do well with this.
Just don't tell her. And he'll start reading through them.
Yeah, Maggie's already reading through the one that she had in her hand.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check. Let's see what all you guys can get before the other two get down.
I guess
That's a
Charity and
10.
Aeson are mom and dad now.
Okay. So perception 2, perception 10. Okay, so he's not going to get much in the little bit of time that he's going to have with him. You've probably been able to read a little bit more. The ideas on this scroll is that they're all myths and legend about a creature that seems to have touched Talalia at one point or another. This thing was destructive. It was relentless. It was dangerous, and it was born basically against the type of magic that should have been in existence. Some of these scrolls, I think you maybe have read one or two. One says it was created. The other one says that it was born of malice, of an evil god. Another one says that it's just always been in existence, and it couldn't speculate on how it came to exist. Most of them, with enough knowledge and time, dated later, realized that this creature had been sealed away, and that the barrier still lay unknown.
Maggie's eyes are gonna furrow. Do you think this has anything to do with? And she's gonna look at Edmund, and hopefully he's on the same page as she is.
It's probably about that time that they're going to come down the stairs, so Edmund's going to throw the scroll back on the thing.
Maggie's gonna roll her eyes. At least if you're gonna do something, at least own up to it.
He's going to take it from your hand. We told you not to read, and he'll put it back.
Listen, he already knew I had the scroll, Edmund. And she furls it back out.
Okay, alright, okay. What are we doing?
It's just scrolls on a myth about an evil thing that was being sealed away, and it's telling me more information on it. And I think it has something to do with everything that's been going on.
And nothing weird has happened since you've touched anything, right?
No.
Okay, so why did you come wake me up? She's gonna turn to Aeson.
I told him it was fine, but he doesn't want to listen to me.
Because look at this room that was obviously hidden for some reason.
Alright, well, the house is somewhat sentient, and she's just gonna look up and, like, raise her arms, look around, and be like, are we not supposed to be down here? Is it gonna upset you if we touch it down here?
Small flames will appear on the wall.
There! See? And then she's gonna turn around and leave.
That could mean
the
Thank
door
you,
will
Charity!
close.
Sorry?
The door will close.
Oh, I have to be in here too. And she's just gonna sit.
Did I say? I said that
We're not dead. Jeez, when did you become such a party pooper?
Charity and Edmund. Oh, well, I'm gonna need to roll for Edmund, but we'll need to roll a perception check for them.
24.
Nice.
Big wisdom cleric comes in hot.
Haha.
Alright. Natural 20, by the way, and a perception of 4. Lovely, Edmund is so perceptive. Charity, you're gonna see a lot of these scrolls lead to the same conclusion of some sort of creature. But that is not the most curious thing that is in that room. There are symbols on the 7 chair, each one different. Each one of them at the head, at the back of the chair, seems to have its own kind of flair to it. The one that's going to catch your eye the most is the royal seal of the family of Graydon. Beside that is 2 symbols which are quite familiar. They're both a sun and a moon, and inside are the symbols of Aphrodite. You will know these as your parents' symbols.
She's gonna walk over and put her hands on them. Or rub her hand on the symbol and just try to figure out what the rest of them mean. The ones that she doesn't, isn't immediately like, oh, that's this. Would she have any idea what the other ones are?
Taking a look around, you'll see the Hallen family symbol. There is a symbol from what you can only believe to be maybe a royal from the Truma area. And the final symbol is the one of the High King. There are two. There's like a handful. Let's see. We got the McCullen family. We have the Graydon family. We have the Truma family. We have your parents. That's 5, and the High Kings. There's one that is there that is etched off. You can't see it.
Can I roll a history to try to see how these would all connect together?
Sure.
Damn it! It's a 2 with a natural 1.
Can I give her inspiration?
I mean, yeah. If you have inspiration to give, yeah, you can do so.
Inspiration, motherfucker!
Like bardic inspiration or inspiration like the one that I gave you.
Oh, I was talking bardic inspiration.
You know what? I'll allow it because you're interested. Maybe you're kind of like looking over her shoulder.
No, you know Maggie. She's like freaking right over her shoulder.
I was gonna say, if this is nobility shit, can I do a history? I feel like I would know some of this stuff.
I don't think it's been pointed out.
Yeah, I've
yet.
just been looking around and running.
1d8. I know it probably won't help much, but because I just realized you did. Yeah.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
I just realized you rolled a nat 1. Never mind. I should know what. Well.
There are important figures from each of these lands that. I mean. The symbols could mean anything, really. It could just mean somebody that came here. 2 symbols, though, are no coincidence. Those are for your parents.
Can I pick the ones off the wall for the McKellans?
Depends if Charity will point
Yeah,
them
that's
out.
what I'm trying to get to.
Sorry.
That's okay. Charity's gonna look up from the chairs, not being able to figure out the connection between all of them, and just look at Aeson and Maggie and be like, these symbols. Maggie, your family's symbols are here. My parents' symbols are here. Aeson, even Graydon's royal family's symbol is here. And that's the High Kings over there. Truma's
Maggie's definitely going to go for the one that has the McKellen symbol on them and take them completely off the shelf, and then not rip them because she doesn't want to rip it. She's just like hastily.
It's just symbols on the back of the chair.
I'm sorry. She's gonna. I'm sorry. I thought it was this girl.
Think of it kind of like a rectangular table, kind of like the circular table for Camelot, and each one of them have a symbol for their owner.
Okay, so she's actually gonna walk over to that chair and she's gonna run her fingers over run her fingers over the symbol and be like, "What does this mean?"
I don't know. I can't figure it out. It seems familiar to me, but I can't put my finger on it about why they're all connected.
Can I do a history check?
Roll me a. Yeah, you can. Charity, do me a favor. Roll me a. Let's do a.
I rolled a 20.
Wisdom save. Nice. Okay.
10.
I rolled another 6. I'm restarting roll 20. That's my third 6 in a row. It's cursed.
Ooh.
So let's see. History of 20, history of 6, history of wisdom of 10. So the history, there's nothing that you can think of that's on record anywhere that you've read about any of this. I mean, you may have read some of the stories that were on these scrolls, but they were sparse. They weren't like collected. You didn't even know there were this many of them to even exist. So even with a 20, you're like scratching your head at this. Same with a 6. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. With a wisdom of 10, Charity, you're going to get flashes of moments of you running as a kid down the hall and seeing sects of the followers of Aphrodite kind of walking through these halls. You've seen the main dining room in its glory, thousands of people kind of, well, not thousands, maybe a good handful of people populating this area. Some particular prominent people that you might have seen at some point. There looks to be some sort of dwarf with a blue cape with several rings on him. There was a fur bog with a weird aura about her. A lady who insisted on having a huge hammer. There is a lot of things in this room, but as you remember going through the little crack in the bookcase and running down. You remember seeing your parents with a group of people talking about something, and it's muffled. It's a hard memory, and you're gonna flash back.
Charity's gonna look up and look at the door. Like, I remember being here. What were we doing here?
Maggie's gonna raise an eyebrow. What?
She's gonna lift her hand to her head and just rub her head.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just remembering things.
You know what? I'm not tired. How about all of you go to bed? Or whoever wants to go to bed, go to bed. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. But I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna be down here for a while.
Excuse me?
I think I have some things to learn here.
Well, it appears none of us will be leaving because the door is closed.
No, the door will. If you look back, I would say, just probably as you make that comment, you'll see it crack open.
Thank you. Charity's gonna say just to the house. I'm gonna go back to bed. Hopefully sleeping on it, I'll either remember something else or be able to make sense of it.
Okay.
Maggie's...
So,
sorry.
Winter, you're going to bed. I'm sure Edmund, since this doesn't seem to... Since it seems to be more of a thing for Maggie, he will head back to his room. Let him do his own thing while you kind of go through it unabated. He knows how it can be. If with studying with one person, it can be fun. With studying with two, it can be fun. But if it's something you're really into, having it alone there's just something special about it.
She appreciates that.
Rodeo, what would you like Aeson?
Well, Aeson, he's still going to be uncomfortable about leaving Maggie down here alone. Just because, for some reason, the door all of a sudden just closed once is to say it won't again, and he doesn't know which book to grab to reopen it. So he'll come up behind Maggie and put a hand on her shoulder. And
she has like an armful of scrolls at this point and looks up at him. Yes?
Maggie, the scrolls in the room will be here tomorrow. We should get rest. We've been on the road all day since early morning yesterday.
I won't be able to sleep. You know this.
You might, though. And you might need it. Who knows what tomorrow will bring us. We have to travel further. We have important things to do, if you remember.
Oh. Right. And she's gonna slowly put the scrolls down on her bed. I mean, not on her bed, on the... Fuck, what? Jesus. She's gonna put it on the, She's gonna put it on the table. And then she's going to, look up at him. You're right. This can wait. And she's gonna pass him and go up the stairs.
He'll follow her up and take one last look down the stairs. He's still pondering why all the seats are like that. He saw his family sigil, he saw other ones that he recognized, and then there was the one that was carved out. And it's really got him thinking. But as he turns around, he will continue walking up the stairs, and he knows that he'll have time to figure that out, but there's a very important matter at hand in front of them that they need to see to. And he'll follow Maggie to whichever room she decides to go to.
She'd go to the room that was designated for her.
For who? I didn't hear that one.
For her.
Okay, he'll follow you there.
Okay. You head to your room. Let me actually pull up the picture here real quick, and I can give a little bit more detail as to what it looks like. Okay, yours was... you had the one with the large tree, correct? The
the one with the little
orange
cactus
light.
in it.
Yeah. So you kind of come into the room again. You'll kind of look around the area. Maybe some kind of collector of odds and ends, as the kind of shelves are scattered with all different types of things, between magic to history to fantasy to indisposed instruments. There's a few kind of instruments kind of sparsing the room, flutes and stuff like that. Some of them kind of hooked up to the wall like a stand of some kind. Tapestries of heroes and tales and stories and pictures. The far back left corner is what seems to be a molded tree that decorates around the edges of the large cutout window, showing the snowy area outside. Almost directly, you can see through the trees the open portal for the forest.
And wasn't there a piano in there too?
Yes, there was. Back left corner, just right into the doorway.
She's gonna walk in and she's gonna smile when she looks around.
This room truly does suit you, Maggie.
She'll smile back up at him. I'm guessing you'll have your own room then. You won't be with me.
I won't stay in my own room. I'll stay wherever you are.
She'll just smile lightly. Are you actually going to come to bed, or are you going to brood a little bit more? And she's going to chuckle a little bit to herself.
He is going to be starting to unfasten his armor. And
I'll take that as going to bed. And she's going to walk in.
And after he's done, he'll wait for her to get all bed ready, and then he'll jump in the bed with her. And he'll start trying to sleep.
Yep, and
Okay.
Maggie will fall asleep. Kind of tossing and turning, but she sleeps.
After a little bit, though, let's say an hour or so, Aeson's gonna try to stealthily get out of bed.
Can he roll a stealth, please?
Please don't make me roll a stealth.
Please!
Yeah, sure. Roll stealth.
Oh,
I mean, it's really... I'm married. Do you know how hard it is
I know.
to kind
That's a
of...
12. That's actually
That's
higher than I
12.
thought it would be, because...
What do I need to roll for?
roll me a Constitution save.
That's a nat 1.
That's a 3. You're going to wake up.
So Aeson's not going to be sure that she woke up, because he's got a singular thing in his mind, and he's going to go grab his pack, and he's going to put on his jacket, and even probably, since it is snowing out, he'll grab from his pack that knackered bear pelt that we have from so long ago.
Ah, the Maybelline bear?
the
No.
ugly one.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's not Maybelline bear. Yeah.
Oh no!
The really gnarly sucker.
Yeah, but we took his pelt anyway because it was nice, and well, it was nice because we could use it as like a blanket or a bedroll, and
Yeah.
so he'll throw that on over his shoulders, and he'll.
It's not been kind. The follicles are going to fall out a little bit. You guys haven't been really treating it well. It's been kind of in your pouch.
I mean, he had it rolled nicely in his backpack.
So these things take you're supposed to treat them every so often, aren't you? Especially back
Probably.
then.
Yes.
So it's probably been ignored. It's been how many weeks since you guys started and killed that bear?
Yeah, to be fair, he's right. It would start fall. I mean, it would be okay for you to use, but it's not pretty.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's
It
not
wasn't
bad.
pretty to start with.
It's missed its heyday. We'll
It's-
say that. It's missed
It
its
wasn't
heyday.
pretty to start with, but Aeson.
It tries. Leave it alone.
Aeson's gonna throw that over his shoulders, and he's gonna grab the piece of parchment that Charity had lent him the flying paper and his quill ink.
Mhm.
He's gonna head out and go and sit on like the stoop on the front of the door outside, just looking out into the snow-covered wilderness and exhaling, seeing his breath in front of him. He's gonna start writing a letter to Zachariah, and I will read it out. It's as he puts the pen to the paper, maybe shivering a little bit, but that's what the bear pelt's for. Dear Zachariah, as I've had the time to reflect on the events of what have happened, it has brought me great distress. I can't help feeling that somehow I could have done more to stop it. The deaths and the disaster at Kroka were mitigated, yes, but they were not insignificant, and I know that has affected you in such a profound manner. Words cannot describe the sorrow I feel for your loss. We may have only known each other for a month's time or so, however, I considered you a brother to me. And because of that, I am so sorry. I will strive in honor of everyone who nobly sacrificed themselves at Kroka. They will not have died in vain, and I vow to stop this evil at every point I can. Lovingly, Aeson Goldhand. And as he finishes writing his note, he's going to just look at it for a second. He's going to look up. He's going to think to himself, maybe I shouldn't fold this and fly it now, because I don't know. He doesn't know where they are. He doesn't know that if he sends this note now, if it will reach its mark. So he'll place it lovingly back in his pack.
So Maggie would have woken up, and she probably would have let him go for a little bit, figuring out where he is by listening, trying to pretend sleep so he doesn't be like, oh, go back to sleep, it's fine, blah blah blah. And then she's gonna sneak downstairs, not really sneak, but because she's pretty light, and she's pretty light on her feet too. So she's gonna go down to the kitchen area and look around to make some tea of some sort. And she's only in one of Aeson's shirts at this point, and she actually grabbed one of his jackets and put it around her because she knows she's probably gonna go outside. And then she comes out with some tea, and she stands in the door with him, and she leans against the doorway, her ends, and then she kneels down with him and be like, "What you doing?"
By this point, he would have put the letter away, and would have just been sitting there, kind of, the forward lean with hands on his chin and the elbows on the knees, just looking out. And then he'd look back to her, and you can see he's probably got some, the silent tears going down his eyes, and he's like, I was just thinking about everything that's happened.
See, Aeson, that's your problem sometimes. You're too much in your head. But here, she hands him some tea.
He takes the tea, but he just leans his head into her.
She puts her head on top of his, and just is like, It will be okay. Everything will turn out. Promise.
I sure hope so. We need
It has to.
The continuous optimist you are, Maggie. And I love that.
That's my job. And she wiggles her toes a little bit.
He smiles and still just continues to lean into her. He's overwhelmed with all of the things that happened in Kroka, and now he needs to make sure that they can save Maggie's mother. That is his singular task, and he is focused on it right now.
She's gonna kiss his head, and then she's gonna be like, being awake isn't going to help you either.
No, I had a letter I needed to write, and I couldn't sleep until I had it done.
Well, I couldn't sleep because I couldn't read the scrolls, but you saw me sleeping.
Yes, but how many times have you told me you couldn't sleep before the next thing you know you're conked out snoring on a bed?
Fair enough.
let's go back to bed.
Mm-hmm. And she'll get up and she'll offer her hand down to him.
He'll just put an arm around her and hold her in close as they walk together back towards the bed.
Okie dokie.
And with that, Aeson will get some sleep.
Okay. The next morning, you guys will wake up, and each one of you rising at probably at different times. You guys will do your morning rituals, your prayers. You'll get your spells together. You'll get your items together, pack your things, have time to wash up, take showers, etc., clean up. And then eventually you guys will find yourself downstairs and kind of off past the main dining room. Again, you have the kitchen and the kind of like a dining area. Food will kind of be wafting a scent directly from there. And if any of you guys kind of wander into the stairwell area, you would be able to hear clinking of pots and pans.
Maggie will look down the stairs and be like, what is down there? Is the house cooking for us? This house is cooler and cooler every day.
Aeson will just follow Maggie.
Okay. You eventually will come to the dining room area. Again, passing the couch with the fabric laying over it from the brooch. And push through the doors. You will see a display of gravy, mashed potatoes, bread, cut ham, fresh apples, vegetables, a weird kind of odd purplish plotted green fruit sliced in different ways. Just a kind of a like plethora of food.
Wow.
Again, sounds of clinking from the kitchen.
When Charity wakes up, she's going to pray at her little makeshift altar before getting ready. And then can I roll another history to see if she remembers anything else now that it's a new day and she's gotten to sleep a bit?
Sure, give me a quick wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay. 11.
Nothing's gonna spark right now.
She's gonna sigh then head down to the kitchen.
Okay. Again, you will meet Maggie. You will meet Aeson, and the lovely spread of food, the clinking of the plates in the kitchen.
Maggie has a bagel in her mouth and some fruits in her hand, and she's like, but Charity, and she's gonna go down and find that place again.
Can Charity try to grab her and just go, no. Eat up here and don't talk with your mouth full.
Strength versus athletics and acrobatics if it's contested.
I mean, if Charity would have grabbed her, Maggie would have known that she's supposed to stay still, so she would stay.
Okay, cool. So you'll.
Oh, I could have beat it though. Oh well.
Too bad.
Oh, wow.
It's okay. It's what Maggie would do. She's gonna be sitting with a bagel in her mouth, be like, okay.
Sit at the table. Do you know who's making us food? Is the house making us food? Did you thank the house?
Thank you, house!
Okay. Charity's gonna grab a plate and put just a little bit of fruit and maybe some toast on it and just thank you for this meal, and then she'll start eating.
Yeah, she'll just plop by Charity and then start eating her bagel with cream cheese.
All right.
Aeson will join. He seems pretty tired.
Edmund will eventually join you guys into the room while walking on the ceiling.
Maggie's gonna look up at Edmund. Good morning, Edmund.
Good morning.
And then Maggie's gonna like take a double take, and then she'll be like, Edmund!
He'll eventually walk down the walls and then onto the floor.
That's so cool. How did you do that?
Spider climb.
Nice.
It's a spell.
Didn't Maggie learn?
Found it last night in a ratty book.
Didn't Maggie learn spider climb? I have an outtake of her on my computer of her yelling about spider climb.
Oh,
I thought
I don't know, Charity. Maggie, did you? Is it a bard thing?
No,
I don't think she has it.
No, I don't.
No. That's more like a druid kind of thing. Druid or wizard kind of thing.
Sorry. Willem's probably gonna be walking down the stairs, like, looking really tired, more tired than usual. His hair's a full-on mess. And he's just gonna stumble down the stairs, his hand, like, holding the railing to make sure he doesn't fall too hard. And then he sees the food, his eyes open very wide, and he starts walking briskly towards the table and shoving food in his pockets.
Why are you shoving the food in your pocket?
To save for later.
But we can come back in here.
Yeah, but this way it's readily available. Pockets are amazing.
But what exactly is he shoving into his pockets?
What were the list of foods again?
Oh god.
Mashed potatoes, biscuits, there is fruits, berries, crackers, cheese, a nice spread.
Probably biscuits, cheese, and crackers.
Okay, so nothing like mashed potatoes?
No, he's not that weird.
Okay. But Maggie is going to be like, I mean, we can come back in here.
We could, but think about it. What if we're in the middle of a fight, and then I suddenly get very hungry?
I don't want you eating in the middle. Maggie's just going to sigh and look at Charity like, help.
He can do with his food what he wishes, as long as I'm not cleaning his pockets out.
Oh, don't worry, I'll clean them myself.
As you guys are talking, eventually a figure will emerge from the kitchen. A lovely-looking leather-bound hat over the top of his head, a very royal-looking outfit with ruffles near the neck, a very timely outfit, I might add. Probably a few years in the past, kind of rough, barren-looking almost outfit. Lovely pieces of jewelry hanging here and there. As he pushes a tray of food onto the table, the hat lifts ever so much as the empty sockets of a skull stares back at you, a smiling grin upon the bones of what seems to be an undead butler of sorts.
Maggie, okay, so is the butler behind her in the room, Maggie? Or is like he in front of her?
I'd say he's like to the left of you. He's on like the opposite side of the table.
She's gonna jolt up, kind of like jump. And be like, hello?
Well, I know I haven't moisturized in a few years, but I do apologize about my looks.
Willem is interestingly intrigued and is going to run right towards it and start, like, almost touching him, but not touching him because he doesn't want to be rude, but he's going to be like, I'm so interested, how does it work?
Please, young master, no autographs.
Oh, sorry. And he puts his hands in his pockets.
Yes, food is served. Eat up.
Maggie's gonna look at Aeson and Charity and then Edmund, and then slowly sit back down.
Miss Charity, it is good to see you after all these years.
I'm sorry I don't remember you.
I'm sure you probably wouldn't. You were very young.
What is this? This house?
What do you mean?
Well, I
You
don't remember.
remember?
I have
Oh.
some flashes of memory of running in the hall, of people being here, but
Oh.
she's just gonna look at him expectantly.
All in due time, I guess. My name is Hogglesberg.
Right.
I am pleased to make all of your acquaintance, and you again, Miss Charity, young miss.
Pleasure to be reacquainted then.
Enjoy. I can answer any questions. I do believe you need somebody to check on the entrance. Shall I make an acquaintance with the doorman?
There's a doorman.
Your pet creature.
Everett.
Yes, that. Oh, it has a name. Yes,
He.
your Everett.
He is a person.
I was feeling that dog was quite large for some reason.
I'll go get him. I wanted to bring him some food anyway.
She.
Clothes are on the rack. Your old scarf should still be downstairs.
Maggie's gonna be like, excuse me, but, if you know Charity, then you must know the McKellans? I'm Maggie McKellen.
Ah. So you were the dot. Yes. And he'll shake your hand. A nice firm leather glove kind of grip. You feel a very bony hand inside, but the glove kind of makes up for a little bit of what's missing.
So what did he call her? I'm sorry.
The little dot.
She's gonna raise her up. What do you mean by little dot? I'm not offended by it. I'm just curious what it means.
At the time, you were but a dot, and he'll poke your belly.
So what?
You hadn't been born yet. Your mother was still pregnant with you.
You knew my parents?
I knew your mother.
My mother?
Yes. She was part of the sect.
She was what?
Really, I probably should explain a bit more. You guys, please eat your food, and if there are any questions, I can explain what I can, I guess.
Willem's going to raise his hand.
After eating.
Slowly drops it back into his pockets.
And he'll clap his hands and he'll leave.
Alright, Charity's gonna grab a plate and stack some food on it and walk back towards the entrance to go get Everett some food.
Okay.
Maggie's.
You guys will eat up here in the living room? Or dining room?
Yeah.
Sorry. Maggie, you were saying you wanted to do something?
Well, no, Maggie's just gonna look at Aeson and be like, he knows my mother.
It's quite odd. I wonder, maybe he knows the rest of people who might be related to us. All those sigils in the basement thing were related to us in some way.
But my mother, when she was pregnant with me, she told me she never traveled alone without my father.
Well,
She's
maybe
like
there's more.
very, very confused look on her face.
Maybe there's more that we don't know. Maybe it was a secret. He did say the word sect. That usually draws to secrets.
He also said you were only a dot.
Maggie's still gonna look very puzzled as she takes a small drink of tea.
maybe your mother didn't know she was pregnant at that point.
But how would he know if she was pregnant before she knew she was pregnant? And she raises an eyebrow.
Well, he seems rather magical, wouldn't you say? Maybe he could sense it? I've heard of sea creatures who can sense when women are pregnant, and so they ostracize them from the group of people swimming in the river, and they... Sorry, I'm rambling.
The bone will peek his head and... Eat, we'll discuss. Eat.
Sorry, Bone Man, and he shoves the food in his face.
Aeson was already done eating, but he's not going to eat anymore.
Okay. Let's skip and let's go back to the main door. As you see Everett kind of hunching over a small chest.
Charity's just gonna tilt her head as she walks over. What's that?
Something I've been thinking about. Oh shit! Is this his? No, this is the fucking Irishman. Is this it?
It's gamer time.
It's gamer time.
I'm happy now. Fucking Scotsman. Get your Scotsman.
Is that him?
That's it.
That's him. All right. I've had a bit of an idea, actually.
Oh?
Think about putting the key in a place that's portable.
So we could drag it in with us.
Aye, see?
That is clever.
What if we could take it inside, set it near the entrance, and see if by clicking it back, it will transport us to where we were before?
And what if it doesn't and we're stuck here?
You're not out there.
I was about to say, you're not.
Oh, sorry, I thought he came in.
But she is going to express that same sentiment. But I'd be worried that it wouldn't open back, and we don't know where we are.
Well, we don't know. We could, I guess we could test it. I've got deep fur. I could always find a way back, I guess, if I get lost. I could take the risk.
Well, we could always...
I'm a werewolf. I don't think anything's going to let me die just yet.
Well, we've discovered quite a few things.
Oh?
Yeah, apparently I've been here before.
Interesting.
Very, considering I don't remember it. There's also a gentleman who looks quite dead, but he's alive and walking around. So we could probably ask him if he might know whether that would work. And then she's going to go, oh, right. And she's going to hold the plate out. We're having breakfast. I figured I'd come bring you some.
Right. Oh, food. And he'll grab the plate and just kind of like shovel it into his mouth.
I feel like if we leave the entrance alone for just a little bit, we'll probably be fine. Do you want to come up?
How long's the walk up there?
Not very long.
He'll take a few steps back and he's going to kind of go through the transformation. He's going to get into a four-legged stance and then kind of look towards the doorway, kind of nodding and nudging.
She'll pick up the plate and start walking back.
You guys will walk through the door and he'll kind of like... It's almost as he's kind of like nudging, like an offering, like he'll give you a ride back.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll climb on his back then.
You guys will take a kind of like a soft sprint, which is kind of nice, especially right now because the snow is actually falling. You can see it kind of like really kind of hitting hard. You guys have accumulated, since you guys have been here, maybe another inch of snow, as you can still see everybody's footprints up and back to the manor. By the time you get to the the landing. He'll have dots of like snow along his fur. You'll have it in your hair, kind of on your horns, which your horn has, again, fully grown back at this point. Yeah. Eventually, guys, you will enter into the main foyer. And shake off the dirt and grime and well, not the dirt and grime, but the snow, really, and walk into the main dining room. As everybody will note, the large 7-foot wolf that will enter the dining room.
Maggie will stand up and be like, Everett! And she goes over and hugs him.
Yeah, he'll get up on his hind legs and give you a hug.
Everett had a great idea.
Oh?
Yes, he thought, what if we put the key in something portable, like a box? That way we could bring the key to the portal inside with us, which eliminates the threat of someone, stealing the key and keeping us locked over here.
He'll shrink down to... There's also another theory that I have.
Oh?
It's... if I put it in the key, and I carry this thing with me, maybe I could put it in the same hole and open it up miles away to the same place if it's the same socket. Does that make any sense? So, like, we could have one person traveling with an item while you guys rest inside the castle, making time as you guys take time.
It seems like it might be dangerous for only one person to be traveling on the roads. What if something happens?
But what if I tell you that I could make up more time than you guys could on foot? Alone.
But we have a cart.
I have 4 feet.
So does the horse.
And a large wolf that runs very fast.
I just wouldn't want anything to happen to you because we were resting, sitting idly by while someone else does all of our work.
Every day is a risk. We every day take things for granted, and chances for granted that could be a great help. And it looks like right now you guys need that kind of help, and because I know Charity, I'm willing to give that help. And Maggie, of course.
Charity's just got like a little, tiny little stupid smile on her face.
Maggie's gonna, if she's nearby Charity, she's gonna, hip bump her lightly and be like, ooh.
It's all theoretical, of course. I don't know how it would work.
I would only agree to it if someone else could travel with you.
Then maybe 2 people patrol with 1 person, making time, keeping the cart going.
That way we could all take it in shifts. That way we'd be constantly moving.
Yes. No need for resting, no need for sleep. Everybody would be relaxed. You guys could take shifts, always traveling and never stopping.
I like this idea actually a lot. This could get us so far. Maggie's gonna get really excited as she wiggles in her seat a little bit.
I'll travel with him.
The other thing... Oh, right. Where is the gentleman? Where has Hogglesberg gone?
You can hear the ruffling of bed blankets being remade in the bedrooms.
Yeah, no, she's just gonna call it Hogglesberg. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, madam, just give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear a bedroom creak, door close, down the little wooden hallway, creaking the the boards until he kind of peeks around the corner. Everett kind of flinching a moment, like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" Yes.
Would you know anything about the key that opens the portal to get here?
Yes, I believe it was accompanied by a book. Do you guys have the book?
She's going to turn to Everett and be like, is that the book you found? Do you think that's the book he's talking about?
What book?
No, sorry,
of a chick?
to Edmund.
Oh. I don't know. I mean, there's a lock to it. You can try it.
Anyway, my question was more over if we took the key out of the hole we used to open the portal and brought it with us, would it open back to the same place the portal was opened before? On this side?
Oh, so you're asking for details about the portal?
Yes.
Yes, the portal works in a very distinctive way. No matter when you turn the key, it will open the door. You just need an opening to turn it in. I'm sure you've probably learned it at this point. You're now inside of it. If the key comes into the door and is unlocked, it will close the gate, and the next time you open it, as long as you have a party member outside, at least one, it shall open with them wherever they might be. If at any point everyone is in here and the key is turned, it will open up again in the same place that you guys had entered. The only time that the portal will move is if there is a party member driving the pace outside, keeping the attachment of the party with the magic. It is an elegant spell.
Yes. Well, there you go. That answers that question. So yes, it will open back up to where the portal was last opened. Now tell me more about this book you mentioned.
Book? Which one?
Don't do that. You're the one who brought it up.
Which? Oh, I'm sure there is a book, yes. But which one?
Edmund found a book with like a guardian looking thing on the front of it. It had a red stone in its chest.
Ah, yes. That is the Keeper's Book. That is the only keyhole. It's one of the keyholes used for the key. You use it and unlock the book for a night, and then in the morning, when you relock it, the portal will open, and so that it never opens outside of this domicile. It was a failsafe. From your mother, of course.
Oh, my mother.
Yes.
Alright.
Of course, your father was angry she was messing with magic so late at night, of course.
And she's just gonna get kind of quiet.
Can you tell me more about how you know my mother and stuff like that? I mean, if Charity's done, that is. And she looks over at Charity.
Every bit of information I have can come like a ton of bricks. I want you to be aware of this. I don't know if any of this is even going to make sense to you.
My mother is dying. I don't care what you need to tell me.
Can I explain, please?
I'm sorry. She'll sit down. I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm simply laying out the fact that, yes, I'm aware that I can give you this information, and it may or may not be helpful. I just need you to know I need you to be ready when you get it.
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess. I'm sorry for interrupting you again. That was very rude of me.
That's fine. I understand that you're much like your mother, very passionate about the things that are around you, and you typically want to move faster through it. It drove her to many rash but courageous decisions in her time as a hero.
Maggie's gonna slowly blink. Excuse me? No, just keep going. I'll understand later. Just keep going. Ignore my reactions.
Okay. Right. This house was founded and made for the High King of Graydon a few millennia back. It's changed over the time, as the new owners would eventually get it from the sword itself. Normally, the key would stay with the owner of the sword. The party would enter with the High King, and they would counsel here. People who wished to make the world a better place. People who traveled within his name. A sect that has many faces and many people inside of it. Your family, one of these people. It was mostly secretive. It was full of the elites. Most of the legendary guild members convened here over many years, as of not as of recently. I believe it's actually got a weird system in your government now, but we had guilds before. It was hero stuff. Yes. I hope you guys don't mind, but the house is adapting with you. It's taking renovations from your time and correcting the mansion for a more dated feel. In such, I'm also gaining some information from the past from you.
No, that's
Willem
fine.
raises his hand. Oh, whoops, sorry.
No, Maggie's just... Maggie was saying that, and then if Willem raised her hand, she would stop talking. That's fine. It was perfect the way it interrupted.
Okay, well, Willem raises his hand really up high.
Yes, young master.
I have quite a few questions.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure everyone does.
First of all, if this place is for heroes who want to do good in the world, why did I get the key? I never agreed to that. I'm just an urchin off the street who ran into these people.
I don't know, sir. All I know is that when it is time to be found again, the key will appear. I don't know who that could be. Maybe it was for somebody else, but in a weird sort of way, fate brought it to them. Maybe it could have been all of them. I see. We do have a royal among us, and he'll turn to Rodeo.
Aeson will nod. I noticed my family sigil in the basement. Did you know them?
Yes. You just noticed one?
One of mine.
Yes. That was your father's.
Yes. And I noticed, 5 others, and then there was one that was scratched away.
Yes, there was.
Could you shed light on that?
On what?
The one that was scratched away.
The one that was scratched away where?
On the chair in the basement.
On the chair in the basement where?
Aeson will give his
in
back.
a secret room.
You mean the one on the chair in the basement down below that's been scratched off in the basement next to your father's?
Yes.
Yes! Maggie's gonna roll her eyes.
Secret basement?
That's your uncle's.
We'll talk about
My
that later.
uncles.
Yes.
What do I know about my uncle?
Very dark, man. I think he's made 3 assassination attempts on your father.
Wonderful. He's still alive?
You don't know.
So Aeson, upon that knowledge, he'll look a little gray, a little pale.
You see, the sect was founded to watch over a gate that sealed off an entity more powerful than anything you comprehend. An entity so powerful it could wipe the slate completely clean. As you can guess, the sect protected this. But over time, your uncle was speaking to something in the dark. Something very persuasive. And it took him.
Maggie's gonna put her hand on Aeson to comfort him a little bit.
He looks shook.
This entity now, and was in that time, the only thing that stands with knowledge of how to open the portal. The old members now long gone, the house forgotten. Maybe its protection could fall to you, or maybe it's up to you to choose the next bouts of heroes to protect it.
I have a quick question, though.
Yes.
How can we know if... Oh, well, I mean, Aeson's father is still alive. Is there any way to know... Okay, let me back up. Those scrolls that are down there, what will they tell me about? I know that they'll tell me about the monster. Yes, that they obviously may be sealed away. It's more so stories. I want the facts.
The facts are pretty simple. It goes back to the very creation of the world. You know, the legendary stories always do. We all know there was a dark god among the three. One of the sons of the creator. And it did mean things through the universe, creating things that were way too powerful. This is one of them. But the people of the world, created by the other two gods, the good gods, they came together, and the spellcasters of their time band together and sealed the creature far away. A demon was next born, taking your uncle. And he now, with the knowledge, seeks to open the portal and release the creature.
Was he driven mad?
I would like to think so, for it'd be the only reason he would.
You'd have to be mad to strike out against your own flesh and blood the way he has.
Maggie looks over to Charity. What about that man that we found? Do you remember him?
The God Eater.
Yes.
No. You guys have met the God Eater.
Yes.
Oh.
Thanks to the actions of one of our members who's no longer in our party. He's no longer chained.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I don't personally know much about him, but I know he could be found in the Hall of Records. Also found below in the secret room.
You're gonna see Maggie try to shift in her seat, like she's gonna go down there. But she's gonna wait till he's done talking, obviously.
I must beseech you to read with caution. That room is full of things that some things ought not to be meddled with.
Aeson's gonna look at Maggie.
She's gonna kick him underneath the table. Not now.
This wasn't an I told you so look. This was a listen to him look.
Oh, okay. I thought this was an I told you look. But she's gonna look at him. Isn't that knowledge that we could use to help people, though? Wouldn't it be worth?
Some yes, and some best left forgotten.
Why, though? Why left forgotten?
Because sometimes even the history can dredge up things from the dark, that the mere mention of a name might spark it yet again.
But if we spark it up, we can kill it and get rid of it for good.
I fear that magic has leached far from the world since those days. It's slowly fading from the world, inching closer.
Could you at least tell me which ones I should not look at so I don't open anything? Because I intend to go down there and read everything I can.
Then I can assist you whilst down.
I thank you.
Bring scrolls related to information that you might need. Allow me to be your bookkeeper.
I appreciate your kindness and your willingness. She's gonna smile.
I am here to serve the McCullens, the Gradens, of course, Goldhands. Sorry. Used to be that they were the Gradens. That's where the name of the... Sorry, anyway, yes. If there is anything else you may wish to ask, I wouldn't mind answering. I just wish for a small break in order to tidy up and do my duties.
Of course. I will be down in that area soon. Obviously, take your time. I am in no rush for you to help me, but I'm going to go down there and do a little studying myself. I will only touch mine, Aeson's, and probably Charity's family, if she will allow me to.
Did anybody happen to pick up a rose of sorts?
I don't think so.
Aeson's gonna look between the group.
Aeson is?
No, I mean, sorry, Maggie is. Shut up. Okay, listen, it's been a day for me.
Didn't Willem take that?
Yeah, Willem did, but Willem's currently like sitting in the corner, disassociating from everything. His eyes are glossed over, and he's kind of like not there entirely from like what's been talked about.
Edmund will speak up. I think Willem was holding on to that. Remember, it was just in the door when we came in.
Willem's gonna snap out and be like, "Huh? What?"
The rose with the paper.
Oh, right, that. And he's gonna like, where would he have put it?
His pockets, most likely.
Probably.
Yeah, I was about to say pockets, probably.
He's gonna pull it out of his pocket and like, you mean this?
Yep. He'll walk over and yes, perfect. Still in very good condition. I should think it should be. And he'll walk over to Aeson. This was your father's. And he'll hand it over.
And could you describe it to me again, because I don't remember?
It's a long-stemmed flower. It's a rose. It has no petals or no thorns on it.
Thank you. Can you tell me what it is? That's Aeson.
Yes. Take a quick sniff of the flower and then flick it from your face.
Aeson will do that.
Okay. Out will come a large blade, will extend from the petals as the folding takes on a more mechanical feel. Jagged ridges and edges mark up a very weirdly curved long sword as it shins out, very tinged red to the blade with a lovely green emerald handle.
Oh. It's beautiful. Why would he have left it here?
I believe it was a part of his life that he left behind.
It makes sense, but...
It's called the soul render. The more justice you feel in your heart for those that you love, the stronger it becomes.
Oh boy. That's gonna be a strong weapon there, guys.
Yes. I shall go clean, and he'll walk off.
Willem's gonna quickly chase after him. 1 second, I have a question.
He'll turn around. Yes?
Is there somewhere where I can get spare paper?
Spare paper can be found, yes, in most of the studies. Well, not paper, but parchment, of course. Paper is very expensive.
Yes, of course. Also, a needle and thread.
That can probably be found in young Callan's room.
Hmm?
You might ask her. Sewing needle and thread.
Oh, of course, I can help you with that. Why didn't you sell me anything? She's gonna stand up and she's gonna put her hands on her hips. Come on. Oh, will you excuse us for a moment? I will be downstairs soon. Come on, you.
Oh, it's not for clothes. It's for. I'm trying to bind a book.
Same thing. Come on.
Okay, and he's just gonna follow.
So, right now they're heading off. You've got Everett, Edmund, Charity, and Aeson in the room. So, who's taking the first patch of road?
I will. And Aeson will turn to Maggie and look at her and be like, just please be safe and listen to what Huddle's bird says, Maggie. Please be safe.
Oi, me and Charity haven't been traveling together in a while. Maybe we could take the first watch, and you could stay with the others. Make sure they're protected inside. Make sure this place is safe.
If you would like that.
And then she pokes his chest, and maybe you could get some more rest.
All right, I'll rest.
She points her finger back, and he'll pat his arm. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Have fun, Charity. She teases as she runs away.
Charity will laugh softly and look over to Aeson and son. Really, go get some rest. You look tired.
I am tired. And he will go attempt to get some rest.
Okay. I think this is a perfect place to stop for the night, and we can continue on next time. You guys waking up after a full day's travel. Everybody getting kind of some good rest for once. Finding out some new information. Who knows what can happen.
Hello again, opportunists. My name is Winter, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric. I wanted to say thank you for listening to us. We hope you enjoy our episodes as much as we do. Don't forget to like and follow our podcast so you don't miss an episode. Special thanks to Purple Planet Music, as we use their music for our ambience and sound effects. Also, thank you to Kobold Press, as we use some of their monsters to keep our games feeling lively. Again, just a huge thank you to you guys, our listeners, for enjoying this journey with us. And remember, keep your opportunities open.